concept of wearable conditions is it's a semester-long kind of project. It's technically a class. We are each looking at and researching a disease, virus, or disorder, and kind of making a wearable piece of art based around that disease.
What we try to achieve here is basically to make wearable works of artwork that are sculptural forms, but still to add somewhat of a fashion sense into it because it is being worn, and then to bring empathy to the public on these disorders that they may have or not have heard of.
I think when we talk about disease and disorders, that we think of it as a very unapproachable subject. It's very hard to talk to someone about disease. There's a lot of medical information there, and everybody thinks of the pros and cons of it, but there's a lot more there. There's a lot more abstract. So the pieces on this outfit are all actually, the theme was 33. So if you look at the kilt and all that, there's going to be threes all over everything. It has to do with OCD and counting, obviously, patterns. Also, there was a waltz theme, which I think really came in handy with the kilt piece right here, because the music in the background had a bit of a subtle waltz to it. There's a 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3.
I am delusional disorder, and I know that the TheraBand is supposed to represent the constriction that the person who has delusional disorder feels when they're trying to experience life through their delusions and through reality, and same with the heft of the silicone and the netting and everything. I think that people should be taking away just the different dynamic ways to look at different conditions, different medical conditions, because once you're able to see it in this kind of artsy manner where it's really put together and it looks like it's an actual fashion show and everything like that, it's easier, I think, to stomach, and it's easier to take it very seriously.
We started very early on in the semester. Brian Carpenter, the professor for this class, basically had us, the first couple weeks of class, decide on one condition that we were going to focus on. And then we just had to do tons and tons of research on that condition and its impact on people, sort of the structure of the condition and how it not only affects the individual suffering from it, but the people around it. And so not only are we talking about the impact that these diseases and things have on people's lives, but about how their treatments and how they are sort of remedied has an impact on those people as well.
For us as a group, we're a tight knit. We're a bunch of friends, so we all bounce ideas off of each other, and that's, I think, how we built such a cohesive body of work that was such very, very strong this year. So I think really it just came down to peers and helping a friend out. Ultimately, I think the goal of this event is to bring out as much of the public as we can and to install that empathy into the general public on something they may not know.